And how many people kip up these days?
Logan Paul, Ricochet, Charlotte Flair, Drew McIntyre. I think that's about.
It just seems like everybody does it.
Yeah, a lot of people definitely do it.
Next, we have Gunther versus Drew McIntyre for the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther is wearing burgundy or maroon, depending on which shade of red you want to call it. Starts off slow. McIntyre gets the upper hand with a shoulder tackle. Gunther tries to buy time outside the ring, but McIntyre is on him. He does this a couple times where McIntyre will hit a power move, Gunther will roll out, but then McIntyre will not let him get a breather. Then we see Gunther tossed around for like the first time. Like he's manhandled, I dare say, by McIntyre at first.
Well, we will say,
Nope.
or I will just say real quick that McIntyre is bigger than him.
He is. I mean, I get that. It's just, even with Braun Strowman, like their match, there wasn't as much competition, I would say.
Yeah.
So Gunther hits a back to belly on the steps, goes for a count out finish. And the only reason I note that is that's one of those brutal things that Gunther does. Just uses the environment to his advantage. And McIntyre hits a fucking kip up. And how many people kip up these days? It seems like everybody does it.
Logan Paul, Ricochet, Charlotte Flair, Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
I think that's about.
It just seems like everybody does it.
Yeah, a lot of people definitely do it.
And it's just, fast forwarding just a little bit, when they get to Charlotte's kip up, nobody fucking reacted because we saw like 3 kip ups already.
Well, that's because you're supposed to be rallying the crowd after the kip up.
The kip up is supposed to be a unifier, though. That's supposed to give something for the crowd to get behind.
Well, when Shawn Michaels did it,
the crowd started cheering, and then they were.
Well, it started cheering after he kipped up, and then he's like walked around the ring, and
yeah, he kipped up, and the crowd's fired up for it.
You know, it's time to tune up the band when you see the kip up.
Now they just kip up, and everybody does it
just because they can do it. They're just showing off. That's all that is.
So McIntyre goes for the Claymore, and Gunther counters it by just falling down, which I thought was genius. He just flops down. Gunther hits a T-Rex dropkick, and he goes for the powerbomb, but McIntyre counters Gunther's powerbomb into a powerbomb of his own. Then he hits a Future Shock DDT for a close 2 count. McIntyre goes for the Claymore, and then Gunther counters it into a T-Rex dropkick and hits the powerbomb, and he only gets a 2 count from here. So then Gunther hits his ugly splash. He gets a 2 count there. Then they start trading chops. McIntyre eventually hits the Claymore, and then Gunther kicked out.
Which I was surprised at that.
I was too, actually. It. Yeah.
I was like, it's over.
Yeah.
That's what I'm yelling. It's over. He hit the Claymore. No, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I didn't have a good feeling about this one. But after he kicked out of the Claymore, the crowd started chanting, "This is awesome." So then we get Drew McIntyre and Gunther. They're on the ropes. They're trading punches. Gunther shoves Drew off of the ropes, and then he gets crotched on the top rope. Then Gunther hits his ugly splash again. He gets McIntyre in a short arm clothesline, and then he hits a powerbomb for the win. And still, your Intercontinental Champion, Gunther, the reign general.
I will say I like when Gunther does I like to call it going into second gear. Like as soon as McIntyre gets crotched, he's strung together the splash, the clothesline, the powerbomb. I like when he does that. It goes into the next gear. He
doesn't just go into one thing. He hits a flurry of things, and
then flurry of power moves.
Yeah,
and then that's how he wins. He doesn't just like go for the splash and then gets the kick out and he's shocked.
I will say I think this might be so far the least favorite Gunther match I've ever seen, and I don't know if it's because of McIntyre. I don't know if they just had a bad night. It's just, I don't know. Something seemed off. It kind of left me wanting.
Okay. I didn't mind it. That was pretty good.
All right.